and welcome to a new series of English. And today's lesson is from my perspective, grade 6 Declaration of the Rights of the Child. From the title of it, we should think what does it mean, the word declaration? So, declaration is a kind of announcement and it's coming from the verb declare. And when you ask for the rights of the child, it means that each child has rights to have and be pleased with it by law. Okay, let's see a summary of the Declaration of the Rights of the Child. In this public document created by the United Nations, the member states proclaim that children must be guaranteed certain rights so that they may have happy childhoods for their own good and for the good of society. These rights include social services to guarantee adequate food, housing, and medical attention, special care for children with disabilities, and education. The Declaration emphasizes that these rights should be provided without discrimination. Okay, the concept of vocabulary. You have here entitled, enactment, and compulsory. So the first word here, entitled, is allowed to be given a legal right. Children are entitled to human rights. The second word here, enactment, it's establishment by legal act. For example, the enactment of laws protects these rights. Third one, compulsory, means mandatory. Laws in many countries make elementary education compulsory, which means it's a must in these countries. What special challenges do children face? Many children face some challenges. Sometimes gender discrimination. Some men, they like the boys more than the girls. They don't like to have a girl. Okay, so this is discrimination. Child marriage. Sometimes they let their kids get married in a very young age. This is also a challenge. Child labor, when they ask the children to go and work in a very young age. What might Why might it be especially important for the governments and organizations like the United Nations to protect the children? Of course, when you protect the children, you are going to have a good citizen who is very helpful for himself and for his country. Why did the United Nations think the children needed to be protected? Of course, because of their young age. What are the purpose and goal of the Declaration? So the purpose and goal of the Declaration is to set forth the rights and the freedoms all the children should have, so that parents, organizations, and governments will ensure that the children will have them. Whose rights does the Declaration set forth? Of course, for every child. In your book, when you look at it, you will find you have paragraphs. The first one is kind of introduction. And here in paragraph 2, as a summary of it, it's asking for the right to equality for all the children without distinction on account of race, religion, or national origin. Paragraph 3, the right to special protection for the child's physical, mental, and social development. The best interest of the child is the most important consideration. Paragraph 4, the right to have a name and nationality, giving a good name and having a nationality, American, Saudi, Emirate, Egyptian. Paragraph 5, it's asking for the right to adequate nutrition, housing, and medical services. Special pre-post natal care will be provided for both the child and his or her mother. So you get nutrition, you eat well, you have a housing, you have medical services if you are sick, also taking care of the mother and the child before and after giving birth. Paragraph 6, the right to special education and treatment when a child is physically or mentally handicapped or having disability. Paragraph 7, the right to understanding and love by parents and society, including moral and material security. In paragraph 8, the children should have the right to a free and compulsory education. This responsibility lies first with the parents. Children should also have the opportunity to play and recreation. They should have their own time for uh, pleasure and going out and playing with their colleagues, their friends, okay, and their free time, of course. Okay, the last part in this topic is that if you look, you will find that here the children shall be protected, okay, and here also should be protected. So protection is one of the major things the United Nations is looking for. Also here, children shall in all circumstances be among the first to receive protection. So it's important, like it's number one, child is being protected from any kind of harm, okay? As you see here, from employment before an appropriate age, okay? Like in some early ages, you can find that the parents ask the kids to go and work. That's not acceptable, okay? Uh, Giving them occupation or employment, which would prejudice his health or education. Of course, this will interfere and stop his mind, okay, from focusing on his own education. The last thing here is the freedom and the protection of religion, okay, and racial, and being away from any discrimination. Okay, don't tell him that he's black and this is white. He is a Muslim, he is Christian. Okay, so we are all equal, and we are asking for the equality and the total rights of all the children. The last thing I want to say to my dear students, that I need you to read well the text. When you are in a reading session, read a lot, okay? Highlight the new words for you. Use the draft to write the main points. So whenever you return back to this lesson, you still remember it, okay? It is not a new lesson for you. So like you go in this area in your book, okay? Here, for example, this is the text, okay? Let's say this is the text. In this area, I need you to write, for example, main ideas for you. The main ideas that you will always remember, okay? And also the vocabulary words that we said. You will find, for example, in this area, there is a vocabulary word. Write the meaning of it. Write the example that I said, okay? This will help you so much whenever you are having a quiz. You just go quickly through the main ideas that you have gone through, and because you read the text once or twice, this will help you so much. I wish you put in your mind these tips. They're very helpful. I know that you will do perfect in all the ways you are. Thank you for following this session. Best wishes. Goodbye.